And now for Ms. Omenhio. First of all, I want to say my daughters and my grandchildren are status Métis, so I want to thank you for your advocacy on the behalf of Métis women. One of the things that often happens in Parliament is we put things forward and we don't see them through the lens of Indigenous people, and we think that these solutions will fit. Can you give us some advice about what needs to happen to this bill in order for it to be more connected to Métis culture and what Métis women experience?
Yes, I can actually. So there is, first off, I want to put in that the other thing that hasn't been really considered is that many of our very young women who are often seen as children within the government process are not protected with this bill. And I think that it's really important that we find something that includes them. But I also believe that there are things that need to be put in place to ensure that the issues that relate to Indigenous women and the lives of where they come from and some of the issues of oppression that they deal with will be addressed with this law, so that police don't see it, because very often, even for things like I can tell you with GLADU reports that are supposed to be benefit us, and in fact it was a Métis woman that a situation with the justice system that resulted in a GLADU, they do not get the opportunity to present GLADU at court and stuff. They are eliminated because it doesn't specifically address the Métis. And so we need to make sure that when we're doing these laws, that distinction-based processes doesn't eliminate any Indigenous people from having access and protection. And police can be somewhat subjective. And I'd love to tell you that there isn't racism within our existing systems, but racism is alive and well in this country, and many of our Métis women come face to face with that within the justice system and with police services. So I believe that this law needs to have those things in place to help protect Indigenous women rather than make them another victim of something else that happens within the justice system.
Very good. And I agree with what your comments are. And we saw the same thing when we talked about sexual assault and, the difficulty, the underreporting, the lack of follow-up, the trauma in the justice system, and then at the end of the day, very low conviction rates. And so training was recommended for judges and officers and whatnot in that light. And coercive control is even more difficult to define. And so one thing I'd like for you to do is to send us the definition improvement of people in a relation. I was interested in that, and I'm out of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.